Hey guys, welcome to Sun Storytelling. Today, we're just going to be focusing on a short retrospective of Silent Hill 2. Now, I know what you're thinking, there's hundreds and hundreds of videos that people have made on a Silent Hill 2, but what I would like to focus on is the after journey with Silent Hill 2. That feeling that you have after completing the game and, you're asking yourself, what now? Well, I felt myself asking myself the same questions when I completed the game. I mean, I was dealing with a lot. I was just reaching out of my adolescence, so a lot was changing for me significantly, and I felt the game somehow, in some ways, the story, the narrative helped guide and navigate me through certain avenues I don't think I could have been able to navigate without, I guess, the power of storytelling. And I guess that's why I'm here to share that with you and how strong storytelling can be in any medium, whether it's video games, anime, manga, and how influential it can be on people and their lives, mine included. I'm sure many people can relate to what I'm about to say, so I am really interested in just sharing a quick surmission of this. When I first booted up Silent Hill 2, I didn't know what to expect. I was drawn in by the eerie atmosphere and the haunting soundtrack. As I moved through the fog, I quickly realized this was more than just a game. It was a deep dive into the human psyche. As I played as James Sunderland, I felt an unsettling connection to him. His struggles with grief and guilt mirrored my own experiences in ways I hadn't anticipated. I was terrified to see parts of myself reflected in his journey, grappling with emotions I didn't fully understand. Each encounter in the game forced me to confront very uncomfortable truths about myself and how I was thinking. I felt like I was on a parallel journey with James, wrestling with my own fears and regrets. The more I seemed to play, the more I began to question my own feelings. Why was I so drawn to his pain? What was it that I was trying to escape? This realization was a turning point. Silent Hill 2 became a catalyst of change in my life. After finishing the game, I made the decision to leave home and join the army. It was a way to escape, but also an attempt to find purpose amidst the chaos of my emotions. I thought that maybe a new environment would help me confront my feelings head on, but little did I know, this journey into, the male experience really was just beginning for me. So, the part that I really wanted to focus on, the after part of playing Silent Hill 2. I played Silent Hill 2, I guess I would say around 16, 17 years old, so reaching my adulthood, which I felt was a very huge turning point for me and the relationships around me at the time. I didn't really understand what I was doing or what I wanted to do, but I had somewhat of a goal in mind and I wanted to tackle it on my own, despite not having as much support and the people around me that I really needed. But it was necessary for me to change and grow and really just see my environment. I mean, that's how most people grow. After finishing Silent Hill 2, I found myself grappling with the recent loss of friends. Each of their passings felt like a wound that wouldn't heal, and the game's exploration of grief resonated deeply with me. I remember feeling a sense of isolation, much like James as he wandered through the fog. It was as if Silent Hill had become a metaphor for my own emotional landscape, a place where I was lost and searching for answers. Shortly after joining the army, one of my friends had passed away. Not in the army. He was a civilian. He had lived where I lived at the time in Chicago, and it was a really tragic incident. We were supposed to meet up that weekend, and then it just happened. Like, this is how fast these things, can occur, and it's very expected. It'll hit you blindsided, but you have to try to navigate through these things and these issues that come up with grief. It's not just grief; it's how it affects your life, your work, and that's what I was slowly trying to grapple and deal with and see. And then I had another friend who had passed away. This time in the army, was right next to me, a very close friend of mine, and it had deeply sent me on a roller coaster ride of emotions and down a really, really bad route. James struggled to confront his own guilt, struck a chord within me. I often felt like I wanted to retreat into a world where I didn't have to face the pain of my friend's absence. The game made me reflect on my own actions and the regrets I held. I questioned whether I was truly living or just going through the motions, haunted by what I couldn't change. During this time, I faced particularly very dark moments. I don't want to get censored for YouTube, but you guys probably already know where I'm going with this. I contemplated it very many times. I actually went out to buy a gun to even, and I set up a whole date and everything. Like I was very, very committed to doing, just reaching what I felt was what I wanted to do with my life. I felt like I had reached the end, and I know a lot of people can really, really relate and feel that men and women, particularly men, can't really talk about certain issues and things that they go through. So I want to use this as kind of, an expression to say, you're not alone. These things happen and it's completely normal. And I can resonate with you. And if you don't feel like anybody does, I'm here to resonate with how you feel. Do not worry. You are not alone. Like James, I found myself longing for a pretend world where I could hide much from reality. The desire to escape was strong, much like the fog that enveloped Silent Hill. It felt comforting, yet suffocating. I was struggling to accept the reality of my situation, and I often found myself wishing I could just disappear into a different existence. However, despite this darkness, Silent Hill 2 also offered me important lessons. It taught me that confronting our pain is essential for healing. As I navigated my own grief, I realized that acknowledging my feelings was the first step towards moving forward. James' journey, though fraught with despair, grief, and loss, it ultimately led him to a place of acceptance. And I don't know, and I can't imagine how many years it took me, and I'm sure for a lot of people, to really understand that. I have very deep Taoist and Buddhist beliefs, and one of the key beliefs is to let go of things that make you suffer. Just to sum it up, I know that was a bad summation, so please don't come at me, but that's pretty much the gist of it. And I felt that that was my key to really start learning what that truly meant and what it meant to the people around me, and how I caused myself to be seen to them through their own lens. Um, and I felt that was very important. I mean, because I mean, a lot of people just aren't able to navigate through those feelings in a healthy way, and it just goes out of control sometimes. And taking it time to reflect really helps more than what you may think. Over time, I began to find strength in confronting the past. I started to process my grief instead of suppressing it. It wasn't an easy journey, but Silent Hill 2 helped me understand that it was okay to feel loss. I learned that healing takes time and it's a process filled with ups and downs. The game showed me that even in the darkest moments, there's a glimmer of hope waiting to be discovered. So, in my opinion, in the aftermath of playing Silent Hill 2, that was probably the most biggest impact it had on me, besides obviously when I played the game for the first time. I found a pathway through my grief. The game became a guide, illuminating the way toward acceptance and resilience. It taught me that while pain is a part of life, I emerged from that experience with a deeper understanding of myself and a renewed commitment to living fully despite these challenges that come at me every single day. Now, on to the anticipation for the remake. As I look forward to the upcoming Silent Hill 2 remake, I can't help but feel a mix of excitement and nostalgia. Like many, many people, I am super duper worried about what Bloober Team has prepared. I'm actually pretty excited by the last few trailers I've seen, so I, for one, am very, very hyped. But again, I was just so afraid of them just destroying a big piece of my childhood, a big piece of what made me me. And I know a lot of people feel that way, but I mean, again, is that not what Silent Hill 2 is trying to teach us? I mean, at the end of the day, this is their interpretation and their opportunity to, show this new generation how to handle these emotions. I know they can only do so much because of Konami and business and all that, but I want to give them a chance, and I, for one, am really excited. The original game left an indelible mark on me, and I'm eager to see how they will reimagine the haunting atmosphere and complex characters for a new generation.